Good afternoon and welcome to more M.M.E. I'm your host, Blind Prime. And for today, we're going to be talking about the base mode for Ironworks. I have both of the base modes here. I have the communications tower and I have the industrial plaza. I also have a cat who is very intrigued by what I'm doing. Hi, Sugar Cat. Who's a good Sugar Cat? You're a good... You're showing the camera your butt again. Good grief. Sugar can be kind of a voyeur, I guess. So, here we go. We've got the fire truck guy over here, and let's talk about these two bases, and let's remove some of these characters from there. Sugar, you gotta stop following my hand around, man. You just and this little fire truck dude just does not want to stand up. He is so floppy. Don't you knock him over. Okay, let's see. We got a core class guy here I wanted to compare. I have core class Ratchet from Studio Series 86 to give you a nice size comparison. If we put Ratchet on the ground, the top of Ratchet's head equals the top of this communications tower. It's about that tall. Now, for Transformers, I don't think for core class that works too well. It works really great for Micromasters, but for core class, I think it's just a smidge small. Just a smidge too small. I said, hi, Sugar. Yes, 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 you're a loving cat. Yes, you are. But once again, you are showing the camera your butt. Do you want to turn around and show them your pretty face, huh? Huh? You want to show them something other than your brown eye? Hmm? Hmm? Sugar, you... What is this? What is this that you knocked over? Or did I knock this over? Oh, no, this is just a motorcycle. Okay. Sugar, good God. Get over here. Come on. Come on. There's one place where you're not supposed to be. There's one place. Come on. Come on. Scoot your hooch. Scoot your booch. Come on. Okay. Yeah. Just a little more. Just a little more. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. I love you too, little cat. All right. So, where was I? Sugar distracted me and I knocked over the fire truck. So let's compare this guy to, yeah. I have this Micromaster here. I just split in half. He's the one that is a truck with a trailer, which I wish they had made more of him because it's a really cool design. I actually wish they had turned this into a leader class or something because this is a really cool design and I would love to have seen it blown up. Now, that's something that some third parties can do. Take Micromasters and make them large, give them more stuff. But here we go. We've got half the vehicle. We can showcase it better against the Industrial Plaza over here. Sorry for the interruptions of cats. So let's get right to this. All right. So when you put the vehicle down here against the Industrial Plaza, that's not too bad. It works out pretty well. Though I do think the Industrial Plaza is just a smidge too small for Micromasters as well. It really does feel like these Micromaster based Transformers should have been a Voyager class. It really feels like this all would have been better if Ironworks was a Voyager. Ironworks would have worked a lot better as a Voyager, and so would Airwave have. So would have Airwave. There we go. English, right. Prime, say. Just leave you on the ground, fire. You just do not like standing. Okay. So there's not really much to describe about this kind of base. This base for Ironworks. Man, I just drew a blank on Ironworks' name. Alright, so let's pull the two bases apart so we can better talk about them. I got the communications tower separated from the industrial plaza. And this way we can do kind of a better explanation of what the industrial plaza gives us. It has a little ramp, and it's got a lot of area around for vehicles to park in. It's not very tall, and that is kind of a shame that the industrial plaza part is just kind of small. And I put the crane on top, but you can put the crane just about anywhere where there's a siege port. And that's another shame about this thing. it doesn't have that many siege ports or siege packs, but there's one right there. So we can take this, the crane and we can put it over here in this siege port. And there we go. Now we've got a crane chilling beside. We spin that around. The side of the shoulder thing can end up becoming kind of like the little building the crane's in. And I think that actually works a lot better. And if you want to do some play stuff, you can take your vehicle here, the MicroMaster vehicle that comes with the little rocket. I forget what his name is, but he came in the same 2-pack as Ironworks and Airwave. And we can just kind of, can we just kind of park him in there? There we go. It's a tight squeeze, but there, that's kind of cool. You can set that up, or you can just remove the front part, and there you go. Now the industrial plaza is just managing the back vehicle section, which is really neat. I think that's kind of cool. All right, so that's the industrial plaza. There's not really much to say. We've got the folded up head equals something like a garage door on the front of it. The side of it's got all these textures that we've come to expect. We've talked about them, but here in industrial plaza mode, these textures serve a purpose of kind of being a warehouse style structure. Something that's made out of thick iron and stuff and is heavy duty. It's not pretty, but it serves a functional purpose. And that's kind of all you get from that. And it's not bad. The roads are smooth. It's a little bit off the ground, because all of these are a little bit off the ground, and it's not very far off the ground. It's for me, it's a little more than a finger width. So there's that. I'm trying to come up with more things to talk about it. It's a base mode. It's not a big base mode, and neither is it. I mean, it is kind of a small base mode. But smaller base mode is over here with the communications tower, which we discussed building yesterday. And this one doesn't really have a ramp that allows you to go down, so you need to connect it to another platform. The industrial plaza, because of the way it's constructed, you do have a ramp, so vehicles can just you can just have them drive up the ramp. Drive up the ramp. There we go. Drive up the ramp. There we go. See, you can just have them drive up the ramp. Here, there is no ramp. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. But you can put a vehicle there, but there's not really many places to put any of the MicroMasters in the communications tower mode. Communications tower mode here feels more to me like just a functional building in your Autobot city. That's all it's going to do, is just sit back and look pretty in the back corner of your Autobot city, because it is really tall, and if you don't bend the communications tower itself, it looks pretty good, I think. Here's Ratchet again, standing next to it. We can go ahead and remove these pieces from the front of it, and it still stays together quite nicely. And if you remove the pieces from the front, you can kind of get, it's still not really great for core class. Like I said, if any of you, my viewers, know of anyone who does these, like Ironworks, but upscaled him to, say, Voyager, even Leader class scale, let me know in the comments down below, because I would like to check that out to see how well it fits with the core class. I'm really interested in finding things that scale well with core class, and it's a shame that this character doesn't, but it's not a bad thing. This is very nice for MicroMaster scale, and I do enjoy the communications tower. Where did I put that other half of the... Oh, here you are. Okay, let's go ahead and reassemble this bit. Other than that, there's not really much to talk about with this communications tower. It's a communications tower. You put everything as at the top. I don't even know if this is the right communications tower. I just heard that you could turn them into a communications tower, and this is what I figured. I was like, this has got to be the communications tower, right? Come on. Get in the little hole there. Come on, what's wrong with you? Don't you want to go to your home? There it goes. Yeah, there we go. There. That's nice. All right, well, I think that's actually just about it. There's not much more to say about this communications tower stuff, except that I do appreciate how Ironworks seems to be the most versatile out of the two building transformers that we got. Airwave is an okay weaponizer slash building figure thing. Um, it's just that his pieces that he comes with, those road plates, they don't have any side connections. There's nothing, you can only make straight roads with him. There's no right angles, there's no turns, there's nothing hanging off on the side to try and give you an extra ability for it to connect to other things. You're just making straight roads with that one. This one has all the corners. He has, even his ramp here has 3 airlock pieces on it. Though I do wish the one on the side had both pieces instead of just that one single. The clamping piece is actually the sturdier of the two. This piece I call the horns, which is where one and 2 pieces come out, and then there's a nub on the inside of each one. I call those the horns, and it's got horns on the side of it, but it doesn't have the clasper, the grasper. Wow, I am failing at English today. So the grasper is missing on the side of the ramp, and you only get those horns, which do not connect well without the grasper system. So the right angle connection on the ramp is really, on this piece of road, is just terrible. And it isn't good that we don't, and I think it's a missed opportunity that we don't have a great T-junction for any of these MicroMaster bases. There isn't a T-junction. You got a 4-way stop, you've got a road, you've got a ramp, you got no T-junctions, except right here with Ironworks, and his T-junction sucks. It's only got half of what an airlock is, and it's annoying that they did that. It is. Why didn't you put on the grasper next to these horns? Why didn't you do that, Hasbro? It wouldn't have taken you much plastic at all, and it would have made this toy a lot more fun. It would have made it something more enjoyable. Instead, whenever I hook up T-sections to this stuff, they always kind of fall apart halfway because there's nothing holding them together exactly. You got the horns holding them on, but you don't have the grasper assisting the horns. So all you got is just floppiness going on right there, and it really sucks with how tight the airlock structure works. How these things can get there. It's so tight you nearly have to destroy everything to take this apart. Like, I had to destroy most of my Autobot city just to get these 2 Ironworks out of it because the airlock is that sturdy. I love the airlock, and I wish they would make more of it. I do not like the fact that they didn't make an airlock for the side here. Maybe there's an upgrade kit for this character with an airlock on the side. The grasper on the side of the horns, because all these airlocks have horns followed by grasper. Flip it over here, horns followed by grasper. It's just here, horns. No grasper. It's just annoying, but I think I'm done with that now. So let's put this back. There we go. Also, Ironworks here has the most connections out of the 2. When you put Ironworks in his Industrial Plaza mode, you've got counting the ramp, you've got horns and grasper there, you got horns there, you got horns and grasper here. On one side of it, you got horns and grasper continuing on that. Then on this side, you've got horns and grasper to lead out on the other side, and you even have another one. So that's only a grasper, though, no horns. Well, that's an interesting thing. There's grasper, but no horns right there. And that is a weird one, too. Why is there a grasper with no horns? But on this side as well, there's grasper with no horns. That is a weird one. And because of the way that this is set up, you can't even put this ramp over here on this side because that grasper with no horns is in a weird location. So let's go ahead and put the ramp back over here. All right. Now, you can do a few extra things with these. If you had, if you make 2 industrial plazas, you can combine them together at this area that I just went over, the big wide area that's got 2 graspers and 2 horns attached to it. And that's, where the legs are. That makes up the big beefy area. The legs here just make up the entire bottom of this communications tower, and it makes it really smooth. I do like that. I like how this communications tower is perfectly smooth, and that back panel does hide some of the gappage and stuff. It's nice. It's really, really sweet, actually. It's just weird that we don't get an extra grasper on that ramp. Other than that, yeah, I got nothing. Not much else to talk about with this guy, other than complaining about that one T-section and wishing that it was more. Yeah, I'm petting you, Sugar. That doesn't mean I want you to get up and walk around. I was just giving you some scratches. Anyway, I think that's all I can talk about with these base formers. I think overall, I'll give Ironworks, his robot mode gets a 7 out of 10. It's an excellent robot mode, but at the same time, it could have been a little better. It does what it does what it needs to do. I just wish there was more to it, more connections. That's the thing that I'm really upset with on this Earthrise. These industrial, the industrial plaza and the airport, they just, neither of them had that many siege ports, and that I consider to be a shame. So that's 7 out of a possible 10 for robot mode. The building, this disassembly and reassembly, yeah, that's going to get a grade of 6 out of 10. I'm not a big fan of it, but also at the same time, they did a good job with it. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, no, just 6, just 6. I can't give something that you have to disassemble and reassemble or call a transformer a very big grade. Sorry, it just goes against principles. Then let's get to their other mode, the communications tower in the industrial plaza. I'm gonna have to say they do what they do. They serve the purpose that they were made to serve. And honestly, they're not bad buildings. I just wish they were bigger. So I'm going to give them 8 out of 10 on the fact that they don't have enough siege ports or pegs, and they're not big enough. And that that the ramp doesn't have a grasper as well as horns, so it makes a terrible T junction. And that's a shame. I do wish the T junction there was better. That's kind of all I got to say about this guy. It's an excellent little transformer. He can weaponize, but I never use his weaponizer mode because it's kind of stupid. But hopefully I may have enough time, so let's just go ahead and weaponize one of them real quick. So we've got Hound right here. We're just going to go ahead and attach your gun here. Yeah. Go ahead and attach it to the back of your... Oh, crap, I knocked off your ammo thing. We'll just attach the ammo thing to the back of this. Come on, there it goes. Alright. You can hold this, right? Just go ahead and hold that. Okay. So they say you can do it with wheeljack, but let's move the communications tower over here off to the side. We don't need communications tower right now. And we're just going to need the industrial plaza. And the industrial plaza needs to get disassembled. So just disassemble number 9 real quick. We're just going to disassemble number 9. No, disassemble number 9. Nuts. Alright, there we go. Knocked over the core class figure. You can go ahead and stay down here. If you're wondering what happened to Ratchet's weapons, they're stored in Omega because Ratchet's weapons kind of get everywhere. Alright, so that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Alright, so I have no idea. I mean, you can kind of attach the crane to this side here. Just attach the crane. Just attach the crane to the side. Come on. It's a siege port. You've done this a million times. There. Good grief. Making trouble. Now he can pick things up with his crane thing on his shoulder. Let's see. The feet for them. Let's get that panel out of the way. You just take and you plug his feet into each of these feet. Let's find your siege port. There it is. So for the legs, remember in the video where I'm building it and I talked about how this panel folds up from the leg? There's a siege peg that's revealed, and we can actually take that siege peg and we're going to plug it in right there. All right, so let's just go ahead and plug that in. There it goes. All right, so that's one. And then this foot thing's supposed to kind of just sit up. Ah, nuts. All right, maybe I did it on the wrong leg. Let's switch legs. Let's switch legs. I think the siege port is supposed to be sticking out this side, though. Let's try it on this leg. Hound doesn't like getting up armored very much. He is not a fan of armor. Where is that siege port? There it is. Nope, that wasn't it. That wasn't it either. There it is. Nope, nope, that isn't it. Nuts. Where the... Oh, right. I should have chosen a figure with better feet. You don't have the right feet for this. You got the terrible feets. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to work with Hound. He's not good at this. He's not good at this at all. Nuts. I don't really have another figure available right now. I'll have to do another video where I talk about the up armored of Ironworks here, because his up armoring kind of works, but at the same time it doesn't. But I'll showcase the one thing that I despise about it real quick. I don't... Hound, why? Okay, Hound? Hound? Stay. That's a bad Hound. Bad Hound. Don't you fall over on me. Okay. This core of Ironworks becomes a stupid shovel accessory. That's it. There's no other transformation to it. You just pull down the shovel bit, and then you're supposed to plug this heavy core of a robot into the side of the arm. Yeah, so that now you can kind of shovel with this arm, I guess. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And also, it's incredibly heavy. It's like pulling Hound to the left. His right foot isn't even on the ground anymore. That's how heavy that sight is. It's stupid. I wish it came apart more. I don't get why we have so many transformers where the core of the robot mode is a bunch of stuff that comes together to create the core. It's a bunch of panels that fold over or something like that. But for both of the base formers, the cores were solid. The core for Ironworks is solid, and the core for Airwave is solid. And there's nothing transformation-like occurring with those. No spinning happening, no panels that fold out. I seriously think that, a lot of Ironworks is very well done. A lot of this base mode is really cool. And applying it towards an armor mode for a robot is a neat idea. It's just that in both cases, the execution was terribly done. That was a good idea, executed poorly, and that's a shame, because Ironworks and Airwave have a lot of potential to them. They had a lot of potential. They needed to be a Voyager class, and they needed to have more connector points on them, because they're supposed to be the center points of cities. They're supposed to be interconnected within your Micromaster city thing you're building, and they just don't have enough interconnectivity. Ironworks wins on the interconnectivity more so than Airwave, and Airwave is pretty poor at it. But Airwave is better in other things than Ironworks is, so I'm going to give them both equal scoring on that one. At the end of the day, they both average to be about a 7.5. Not the best things in the world, but definitely something you can, if you see it on sale, pick it up. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Next, tomorrow we're going to be doing Building Braille. We'll cover the letter S. S is for snake, snail, and cyanide and happiness. So, until next Pride, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you are like me and going to be watching all the SDCC exclusive reveals this weekend. SDCC. And before I forget, remember, this is Disability Awareness Month, so go out and be aware of disabilities. I'll try to keep my eyes peeled for them. That's a blind pun. Have a great day. Hey, don't you do it, nibbling on me.